everybody. Welcome to another edition of the American Car Classics Radio Program podcast. Wherever you find your podcast, you can listen to us. Of course, that's just an audio file. If you want to catch the video and get on to Facebook, YouTube, I think we're on Instagram. We're all over the place. So welcome to another edition. As I said, I'm Kenny Schofield. With me, as always, is Mike Carano.
Hey.
That's all you guys say?
Hey.
3 weeks. That's all you guys say?
That's it. I'm good.
Steve Charbonneau.
What's happening?
There you go. What's happening?
Todd Byron, what do you got for the people today?
What's up?
I get a little distracted because there's more cars coming in.
Are there cars?
Flatbed truck coming in with a Ford on it.
Is that a Lightning?
Looks like a Lightning.
No, it's just I don't know why you bring it to me. I can't do anything with it. I'm bringing it to your house. I'm like, you can bring it wherever you want. I can't do anything.
That's the problem of knowing where Todd lives.
That's why he told Harry that he didn't know, right? So
I try to get it all downtown. I don't need this shit here.
And how's that working out for you?
I'm going to end up bringing it downtown anyway.
Every time we come here, there's more cars here. I don't know what's going on here.
Well, that's what happens when I go in the morning. Todd's
Joe
like,
Milstead.
hey, I got one for you,
Have
buddy.
a good
I'm
night,
like,
buddy. Todd's just closing up shop here at the House of Byron, and he's kicking Joe and Steve out. And
No, they better be working on my motorcycle.
What's those fools doing
They
over
took it
there?
outside.
oh, it's outside. They didn't want to start it up in here.
Yeah.
I want them to drain the gas out of it.
Yeah, it was a little bit old smelling, huh?
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so.
I can't smell well. You got to remember, I'm a painter, so
Right.
he was telling me it smelled pretty bad.
Yeah, it
It
did.
smelled pretty bad.
The sad part is like regular gasoline. Since COVID, I can't really smell. But stale gas and certain stuff I can smell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
Sometimes I smell good. Sometimes I don't.
The truck's
Depends
getting,
on how hard I work.
Lucky for you. Good for you.
the
That's
flatbed
good for
truck's
you.
getting closer.
So we've been off for the last couple of weeks. We've had a lot going on in our own lives and in the world and everything else. A couple banks have collapsed since we saw you last.
Yeah, but they were Democratic banks. It's okay.
Yeah. Oh, that's just the beginning.
Silicon was definitely a bank that was destined for failure.
Well,
with that
this
stuff
is
they
what
were doing.
happens when you get woke and you bring all in woke people to run a bank that don't know anything about banking.
Yeah,
And
without
that's what they did.
without a CFO for the last 3 months.
They're all going to
that's
go down.
Kind of
Yeah.
not,
Just give
not
it a
the
little
way to
bit
do
of
it.
time.
You know,
It's
And
been
they-
predictable. You know?
Right.
right.
And they all took bonuses the week before, and the bank
Oh, yeah,
collapsed.
they knew they knew what they were doing.
The one guy sold millions of dollars worth of stock. He pulled the Pelosi, and he sold millions of stock right before it happened. So this is what happened.
And your tax dollars aren't going to pay for it.
Not,
Yeah, right.
Not a dime.
Bullshit.
Not a dime.
Yeah, bullshit.
Yeah,
That's-
right.
Hey,
They're just going to print off more money and devalue it even more than they have.
and inflation goes
And-
higher.
right.
The value of the dollar's less.
That's right.
But it's what's going to happen. The Feds, the Treasury, they can't keep doing this. It's not going to happen. And
No.
what's going to end up happening is Bank of America is going down. Wells Fargo is going down. Once you get the two next big banks go down, and it's going to happen.
Oh, yeah.
Don't think it ain't.
Yeah.
You expecting a Mustang too?
Are you?
What? No.
I couldn't resist. Everybody,
All
you see
cars
Todd, he's
are-
like,
yeah,
what the?
All cars are coming, man. What's
It's
going
not
on?
even
Not
Monday.
really. I get to the point where I really don't like cars.
I'm gonna just drive my wagon over here and just leave it.
I'm
and
really
walk home.
digging doing these motorcycles. I've been
Are
doing
ya?
a lot of
You
motorcycles.
getting into the
and I really
motorcycles?
like, I really like the bike.
The things
man.
that Dan Short says at Phantom Works is he says we like you and we like your cars, but if we have to pick one, we're going to pick the car. You know,
Right.
I don't know that it's the car that you're getting tired of. It's the people that are owning the cars.
I'm trying to slow my life down.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to,
And how is that working out for you?
it's not really been working well.
I know. I see motorhome.
I'm trying to bring it all and pawn it on to Steve over there. you know.
Right.
He pulled in and he goes, Todd's Motorhome. Bryce says, Todd's Motorhome. I said, no, it's Byron's. He goes, what's the difference?
Right.
There it is. It ain't,
Still here.
it ain't registered under Todd Byron.
Now the motorhome, is that plugged in?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it's got to go to Sebring.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah,
Okay,
for the
for the
race
12
to Sebring.
hours.
Yeah, we're going Friday to pick up one down Porsche down in Lauderdale, bring it up here, get it ready and loaded to go to Sebring with the motorhome. And
You're picking up Friday to get it ready Saturday morning to take out for Saturday night's race?
yeah, I think that's what's happening.
And what's wrong with this Porsche here?
That one there is I painted that about 5 years ago, and
I think it's missing a few things.
he was going to do the big. He got a big motor, big
Right.
Porsche motor done
Yeah.
up, to go into that one that I told him was going to cost him a fortune to do.
Right.
So he says, well, let's get this one that's better.
Okay.
And we'll just paint this. And he wants to paint it the color of his Land Cruiser.
Gotcha.
That's not the one that Ron Smith drove into the.
No.
Okay.
No, that was a BMW 2002.
That's right.
Oh, the motorcycle's running.
Oh, hey.
Hey,
Oh,
we
yeah.
go. Hey.
Hot dog. Oh my
Yeah.
God, that dude
We got things going on around here at the shop.
That's part of Todd's collection we're talking about. He's an avid fan of the 79s. Is that right?
79s, yeah, just
Yeah.
all
All of them.
Yeah, just
Yeah, I
bunch
saw
of weird.
some.
He's
bunch
missing
of
like
weird
2 bikes to
motorcycles. Suzuki
finish his
parts over
collection.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
He's 2 bikes shy.
yeah.
that's not bad.
Hey, what 2 bikes are you looking for? Never know on the radio, so I might give
I'm
you a
looking
shout.
for 79 YZ 400 and a 79 YZ 100
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yamahas.
So if anybody knows about that, then
Come see me.
Yeah,
Email.
yeah. Hit
Email
the-
us at the show.
We got a text message on the hotline the other day from a guy that Todd had done some work for. He was looking for Todd to get a hold of somebody to do a headliner on. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
And then you said we got to get a hold of Ron Smith and send him to.
Yeah, Ron's not feeling too good right now.
Oh,
Nope.
yeah,
So
bro.
you have to give him a little bit.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yep.
I have to check in with him. He had a birthday. He had a birthday recently.
Yeah, we went to dinner.
And then you had a birthday.
Yep.
Happy belated birthday.
Yep.
Bryce, you had a birthday. Happy belated birthday.
Thank you, sir.
Steve, your mom had a birthday. Happy belated birthday. Mike,
Yeah.
you and I, any birthdays in your family?
No.
Yeah, not for me either.
No, not this
Not
month.
till April. My sister's April 8th. My
Yeah.
daughter, I had 2 daughters in March, the 20th and 23rd. But yeah,
Nice. Everything's been quiet. Been
Yeah.
working on the cars and
Yeah.
Quiet. What's that?
yeah.
well, I'm leaving town Friday morning. I'm taking off till Monday. I'm going to St. Pete and getting out of here.
Nice.
Yeah, so that'll be a little downtime. It'll be the first time in a long time I haven't worked 7 days in a row. So that's a big plus.
What the heck's going on?
I'm
He's
just
got-
laughing at me.
He's got
He doesn't
Penny-
know what downtime is.
He's
Not
got,
now he knows. He's living the world of Todd, bro.
I'll walk by him and do like he does me. I'll be like, yeah, right here, buddy. I'm like, you didn't tell me about all this shit that comes with it. And he's like, I did? I might have forgot about it.
Those
It's
2 weeks
fast,
off.
It's fast paced, man.
Those 2 weeks off before
fast.
you got in there, you kind of had a little bit of time to collect your mental wellness and whatever else.
There's none of that shit. You
Empty
got no time for
Empty
nothing.
it back out by the time you got there. Well,
You're rolling all day long.
Yeah.
after this segment, we're going to get into talking with Leanna Johnson. She is the owner of Phoenix Specialty Coatings. I usually mess that up. She's out in Greenville, Tennessee, and we're going to get her on the phone. She's a good friend of all of us and a friend of the show. And she had a customer won a pretty prestigious award with some of her powder pointer on there. So we'll talk about that and how she's been doing and everything else out in her neck of the woods. I don't know what else we have. Big stuff going on news-wise. A lot of car shows.
A lot of
coming up,
car
Mike.
shows. This weekend is the big one.
Tis the season.
Yeah, now this weekend you got the one in Vero Beach here at Riverside Park.
Yeah, that's going to be the AACA
AACA
44th.
40, yeah, something like that.
44th,
something.
45th.
44th annual.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's going to be a big show. This year they've got some competition, Mike, because normally this is a show of all shows, and
Yeah.
you pull 300-plus cars into Vero Beach,
Right.
and it's a great sight to see. But this year, the AACA of Brevard County region.
Yeah,
the
Cape
Brevard-
Canaveral region.
Yeah, right. They're going to be doing a show at the American Muscle Car Museum
The same day. Yeah.
the same day.
Same day. Well, because you have to deal with Mark up there, and he only has certain dates that he could have stuff.
That's right.
And it just so happens it ended up being on the same date that
Yeah.
the AACA down here is
Yep.
having their show.
That's Mark Pelock. He's
Yeah,
the owner of
the owner of the Muscle Car Museum.
right.
So, a lot of guys are going up there. A lot of guys are staying down here. So,
I don't think it's going to affect it too much.
I don't think so.
Well, Tommy Gore said he was going.
Yeah,
north.
a lot of guys I know are going up there only
Yeah.
because
I've
they.
heard
mine.
more north than here.
Yes,
Right.
The AACA is a little bit more expensive here than it is up there. I think a lot of guys haven't seen the Muscle Car Museum,
Right.
and supposedly he's opening it all up
Right.
for everybody. So, if you haven't seen the Muscle Car
I've
Museum,
never been.
I haven't either, Steve.
Yeah.
I've had a few opportunities, and I just, life just keeps getting in that.
I mean, it's nice. He's got
It
a
is.
lot of
It's
beautiful cars up
I
there.
get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
a lot of pace cars.
One of these days I'll get up there.
A lot of pace cars.
You haven't
Yeah.
been either, have you? Todd?
Yeah,
Have you been?
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Did
Very
you,
nice.
Did you do a VIP night?
Dude, I was
Dinner
like,
night?
yeah.
I think I remember that a few years back.
Yeah, they did. They
wine
well,
and
he
dine.
does a lot of stuff with the animals. I mean, he is a animal pharmacist. I guess. I guess he sells.
I thought he did something with food, dog food. Or something.
No, well, I think he also does. He does all the pet medications and all that stuff, and that's where he made his money. And
Yeah, he's a heart yanker.
yeah, he does a lot of stuff with does a lot of stuff with Halo, a lot of stuff, stuff
Okay.
like that. So he
Russian
has a lot of fundraisers up there.
Okay. A heart yanker?
Yeah, man. So
You ever see those commercials?
No.
Veterinarians, dude.
Yeah.
I don't. I'm lost.
They're vulnerable on people. People that have animals.
Oh yeah. Well, Scott, man, you had to take him to UF. That
was
cost him.
yeah.
Woo. Yeah.
That's only a
Man.
sheep.
I could have bought a lot of motorcycles,
There you go. Could have just cut him up for
but my
dinner.
boy's alive. And he's doing good.
The sheep hauler got a lot of miles. That week.
Yeah.
Oh, stop. Yeah. And Julie said she got rid of turkeys. The turkeys are gone.
Yeah, man.
Turkeys are
Put
gone.
me through all that crap out there building this
You're being recorded.
shit. she gave him to another farm right over here.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, she said they were flying out of the pen. They were getting out all the time.
yeah,
They weren't really behaving.
not really.
I mean, when
And
something like that,
the-
don't behave. You
the Tom
make
was
it dinner.
chasing the sheep around.
Right. That's what she
The
said. It was chasing the
Freaking
sheep around.
madhouse around there.
And the dogs too.
And I'm
Yeah, it
over
was
here
a lot.
trying to fix cars.
Well, as you can tell, we haven't sat around and talked to each other for a while and all that. So it's good to reminisce and do all this with everybody. A couple more minutes. We'll be right back. Leanna Johnson, Phoenix Specialty Coatings. I got that right. Hang out. Hey, that's Greg Billings. The other day, he just opened up for Joan Jett and the Blackhearts out there in St. Petersburg, Florida. That's a cool little thing. Mike, you used to bodyguard for Joan Jett, right? Yeah, he's muted, right?
I'm muted.
There you go.
There we
Me
go.
too, dude.
Yeah, I was with her when she did her last couple of shows at CBGB's. Right before they closed CBGB's.
Wow, right.
Yeah, it was
Up
nice.
in New York, yeah.
Yeah, but she likes it hot. There ain't no air conditioning.
No, she for the vocal cords.
Vocal cords.
Yeah.
Yeah, she likes it hot and everything. It was about probably 100 degrees in there.
Speaking of liking it hot, she liked your wife's butt.
Yeah, she did. She took a little handful out of my. We posed for a picture. The next thing you know, Kimberly was like, "Whoa!"
You thought there was a mouse running
Right, I don't know
around.
what was going on.
Yeah.
But
Hey, let's
took,
go have some
She took a
fun.
liking to my wife, but at the time she was dating Dennis Rodman, ex-wife. What's her name? I can't think of her name right now.
Yeah, but anyway, that's
Yeah, it was nice.
yeah.
She was on Baywatch. The girl.
Well,
was
that's a
on
good
Baywatch.
compliment though for Kimberly, right?
Yeah. She was good.
Yeah.
We were up on stage with her, and it was
Very
nice.
cool. Very
Yeah.
cool. Hey, so on the phone with us, Leanna Johnson, owner of Phoenix Specialty Coatings. I said it.
You said it right.
Did I?
I think so.
Leanna, you there?
I'm here.
There she is.
Long time no talk, kid. How are you?
It's been too long, guys. Doing all right. How are y'all?
Yeah, we're good. We're enjoying a nice, cool day today. Steve, you wore shorts. I wore shorts. Todd's in pants. I had a couple guys show up in hoodies and jeans today. I think it was 56 for a low with
Yeah, it was
maybe
cold this morning.
72 or 4 for a high. It was beautiful. What's your weather like up in Tennessee?
Floridian.
It was in the 20s last night, but it's up into like 56 here today.
Yeah.
You know, your shop,
Not too bad.
you've got
Jumping at the bit and ready for spring.
you've got your shop heated, obviously.
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
without a doubt. Without a doubt, you just turn the ovens on and get it toasty in there.
Usually that's enough.
Yeah.
Sometimes I'll crank it up, depending on what I'm doing. If I'm sitting on my butt doing body work at my bench or something, I'll crank on my little, the electric milk house heater. It's right there under my bench, and, I'm cold-blooded, so... it happens when you have no soul.
Come on now, a redhead ginger with no soul. I've
There you go.
Never heard of that before, huh?
Well, we steal them from everybody else, so I know we don't necessarily need our own.
You're a collector of souls. So you are known on Facebook as the Cuda chick. The picture we have up on there is you with your Cuda, and man, it looks great. You do too. We know that you are taking Billy. How's he doing?
He's all right.
That's good. That's good.
He just picked up actually traded a project. He traded a Coronet for 264 Furies.
Nice.
And one of them is a parts car, and they're both in surprisingly good shape. But yeah, he's very excited. It's coming together with a whole bunch of stuff he's been, setting aside for a project someday. So a lot is happening quickly and without having to spend a whole bunch of money, which is very appreciated right now.
Well, he's probably going to get
everybody's broke. It's like, oh, come on.
Well,
yeah, and for the people that don't know, let them know what you do, Lee.
Yeah, right. Come on here and shout out your business.
Well, I have been a professional metal finisher for basically 24 years. I started as a hobbyist in powder coating on my own hot rod in late 1999. I discovered that and started doing pulleys and brackets and, little stuff on my car, and moved to Louisiana just in time for Hurricane Katrina.
Right.
I was a certified paralegal for 21 years up until that point, and even worked, for lawyers down there and stuff too. But then the hurricane happened, and we got seriously wiped and had to move, and ended up in BFE, Tennessee. There's no other way to describe it. It's cows and corn country. But we've got 5.5 acres and no neighbors. I can make lots of noise into the night with the compressor, and it's all fine, and nobody's going to complain. But it's all an internet-based business, so I need y'all.
Right.
You support me, I'll support you every way I can. And it's been there's been something to do every day.
Well, that's
for a very long time.
Yeah, you've gotten popular.
Yeah.
You've got almost 5,000 Facebook friends. You've got 726 followers out there. So you're doing something right. Your powder porn is recognized. It goes all over the world. You've got so many customers over in the UK, not to just mention here in the lower 48. I think one of your customers recently just won a pretty prestigious award, right?
Yes. The Bluegrass Kentucky World of Wheels. 79 Dodge Warlock, and yes, it belongs to Bruce Strange, and yes, he's got a lot to be proud of. It is a beautiful truck.
Yeah, that's a
first place.
First place. Yeah, that's pretty big. That's pretty big. You got to be proud of that, and the fact that your work with by a little bit. The trophy's probably a little bit bigger. So no, right. That's very cool. Your weather's been good out there. You've been getting a lot of stuff done. Weather-wise has been good for you this winter.
It has. It's been pretty mild.
Good. My son's up in Illinois.
A few cold days and lots of cold nights, but it's nothing like Detroit. So,
my son is in Illinois, and he said that he's in Peoria. He said that from December 3rd through all of January, it was like 40s for a high. So I know that was comfortable. You are from Moline, is that right?
Yes. I'm born and raised. Went to John Deere Junior High. Home of the John Deere tractors in Minneapolis, Moline. Yes.
Did they have tractor day where the kids drove their tractors to school?
No,
I remember some high schools had that.
Yeah, it was more metropolitan than that. It was around in the area, yes, but Moline. It was like I grew up being a city kid.
Okay. Do you know who Mudvayne is?
Yes.
Yeah. So they're from Moline as well.
Did not know that.
Oh, wow, right. Yeah, so Mudvayne, that's a pretty good rock band. I've seen them before, and pretty good time. So
must have mud in their veins.
Yeah. And now, Leanna, you just don't do Mopars, though, right? Because I know a lot of people send you Mopar stuff.
I predominantly... That's my big network. I was an enthusiast and a gearhead long before I was ever a business owner. So those people, I've been hanging around them since I bought my car in 1991. 32 years next month. Woo-hoo!
Wow, that's a long time to own a car. What have you done?
What have everything.
What have you done to her lately?
Well, actually nothing lately. The last thing happened. In fact, I was looking at one of my YouTube videos the other day, and it was like, holy crap, it's been 6 years since I was like, oh, good God. But, there's, just never enough time in the day to, work on everybody's stuff and do my own.
What all social media platforms are you on, Leanna?
Well, Facebook, I have the personal page, Leanna Lynn Johnson, and my fan page is Phoenix Specialty Coatings. You can get to it with the @CudaChick. It's the @ with CudaChick.
Yep.
And there's Instagram. I'm not really on there very often, but I prefer Facebook.
Well, you've got 726 followers, so you are on there. You are putting something out there for people to see.
And yes, and it is mostly people that either friends turn into customers, but more often customers turn into friends. And I'm very blessed with really great people, and it's not really the kind of hobby that you get into just random.
Yeah, I mean, powder coating.
It quickly becomes a community and a family.
Yeah,
and,
the powder coating.
And you asked
itself,
me earlier if it was just Mopar stuff, and no, it is not. I've got a 7-foot tall oven,
Wow.
4 feet wide, 3 feet deep. I can basically do anything metal, and heirloom stuff, man cave art. Just did a little guy. He's called Puppo. He actually had a brand name. He's a little piece of cast iron. He's a doorstop, and he was 5 inches tall.
Wow.
And ended up being 5 different colors, just matching the original factory detail. And the guy, it belonged to his great grandparents. That's how far it went back, and it was the only reminder he had of them. And looked up some pictures on the internet of what they were supposed to look like, and just recreated it like it was. And
well, Steve was talking about
very proud. He was happy about it.
Steve was talking about a 57 Chevy that was cut out on a CNC machine the other day. You could take that, Leanna, and you could dress it up like a factory 57 or anything else, couldn't you? I mean, a flat piece of metal.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Especially if body lines are cast into it. Yes, absolutely.
Oh, right.
Yeah, it's absolutely.
Yeah,
and maybe making the trim a different color. I mean, that's my thing.
And
you dream it up, I'll make it happen, and it's just not just black and red and white. I've got
have a palette,
thousands of colors available.
A palette full. You've experimented and grown that color chart a lot over the years.
Yes, absolutely. And you can layer them and create something completely new that no one has ever seen before.
And you talk about customers becoming family and family, hopefully becoming customers and all that. Steve, I don't know if you know, but Steve, our co-host, he recently bought Todd's collision center, and Steve is learning how many friends Todd had because they all come in and they come in and they're asking for Todd all the time. And Steve sometimes has to say, I don't know.
He left.
Wow. Well, congrats on the new business. Awesome. Good luck and best wishes for every success. It's a tough gig, but you'll pull it off. Just be honest with people. That is the main thing.
Oh, Steve,
whether you tell them, they may not. It may not be what they want to hear, but they will respect you for not pulling their lariat and giving them a line of crap, and then just giving them back an apology along with your bill. Don't. Just be up front, and it'll win you over every time.
Yeah, Steve's had an auto repair shop here in Vero for 12 years, so he's now just venturing. And he actually worked 3 years in a body shop a long time ago, but he saw the opportunity on this, and Todd promised a rainbow full of gold, man, at the end of it all. So
He's just looking.
He's kicking you under the table.
Right.
I promised what? Not on paper, I did.
As long as you work.
So, yeah, no.
You were going to work.
No, Steve's way super busy. He's got more than he can even fathom and do. So, Leanna, we do have about a minute left on our segment. Anything that you want to add in there or say anything real quick about the business or the world or anything?
Thank you, everybody. I wouldn't be here without you. And just the support from all of you, personal, business. I love you guys. You rock, and just having me on here is an honor and a privilege.
Thanks.
Well, we talk politics with you sometimes
let me know
too.
with the new gig going on. If you're having any car shows or anything, let me know, and I can hook you up with some gift certificates and stuff to give away.
Beautiful.
And you know what? We'll talk about that over the summer. We appreciate that very much as well. Everybody, this is Leanna Lynn Johnson from Phoenix Specialty Coatings. So look her up, give her a shout out. If you want the best powder coating that you can get, you'll call her. So Leanna Lynn, it's great to talk to you again. We'll chat soon. Thank you for coming on.
Thanks, Leanna.
Thank you, guys. Have a great evening. Appreciate it.
Everybody, we'll be right back. This is American Car Classics Radio.
Nothing you can do.
Don't you dare take it out on me. That's right, everybody. Hey, welcome back. This is the American Car Classics radio program. I'm Kenny. This is Mike. This is Steve. This is Todd. Son of a bitch.
Again?
Hey, you know why that guy sings that song?
I did. Shut
You know why? So you don't have to.
I didn't sing it, man. I would never try to sing over Greg. We were in a bar one time, and he was getting over a cold, and he tossed the mic down here to do this. I said, no, I'm good. Back off, man. And that was a good time. But like I said, he is back from having his prostate surgery done, and he is back on the stage. He did open up for Joan Jett last weekend or 2 weekends ago. I'm going to see him on the 18th over at Quaker Steak and Ale. My mic is way off, but I'm still heard because I'm super loud.
Oh, it sounded pretty good.
It sounds better than when you had them muted and they were trying to talk.
Right. We're good now.
Bryce is older now, so we got to speak louder.
Yeah.
That could be what's in that vape, you know.
No.
Hey, he
We'll
says it's
test it
tobacco.
later.
He said, right?
He said it's tobacco.
You just didn't say what kind.
Wacky tobacco.
Yeah.
Oh, that funky.
It's all smoke some of that devil's lettuce. Those are good days.
He's our boomhauer.
All right, so what do you got going on over there?
No, I tried to put a little bit of a show together as we would try to talk about history and those things, whatever. I did see a thing that on history that was the A6 1500. That's the Maserati A6 1500 debuted in 1947. And so I got into a little bit of the research on it and starting looking. And any idea what one would go for, a 1947 Maserati A6?
No.
A lot of money.
I don't know. Look at that Bugatti that was at Meek when it was supposed to be the
Yeah.
bomb, and that thing, it bombed.
It bombed all right.
It was,
You don't never know. And they promoted that thing, and then it,
right.
boom.
Yeah.
Yeah, what would you think on a price if you said in 1940, the first year of the A6?
Restored, unmolested, and all that.
Yeah,
or-
all original, put in a museum early on.
$1 million.
Yeah, I'd probably agree with him.
Yeah, I don't know anything about these.
One sold 2 years ago for $312,888.
Wow.
So
How many years ago?
2 years ago.
Wow.
2 years ago. 2.5 years ago.
All right, did you see that Dodge is bringing back the Hornet?
I saw a little sip on it. This was this is their last year of doing anything like this.
Right.
Because they're saying they're going
EV,
to the
which
other
is
side.
ridiculous.
They're going to the other side.
I don't know why.
Dark
Ford's
side.
not doing it. Ford is still pumping out big engines in their Mustangs, and Dodge is going electric.
I think from
That's
the
not
beginning
true.
I said
Actually,
that,
they're stopping the
Ford?
Yep, they're stopping the gas-powered Mustang. The Dark Horse version's going to be the last one.
Is it? In what year are they going to stop that? Did they say?
That next year or
25 maybe.
Oh, 25?
I'm not sure, but they.
Wow.
Not as quick as Dodge. And I said originally, these three major manufacturers are going to commit themselves to this EV world, and I stick on the guns to it. It isn't here to stay.
I think they're going to get their ass handed to them. I just don't see it.
People are banning them more and more. You can't park them
Countries,
in certain airport garages. They don't want them in there.
Because of fires.
Storage units, they don't want them in there. A lot of the parking garages, they're starting to get all into that too. But, a lot of people ain't backing off. I mean, shit, look at Dyer. Dyer just had 1,125 horsepower, the Camaro.
Right.
Hennessy, I think it was a Hennessy Camaro. Capo Camaro.
Yeah.
Wow.
1,125 horse.
Wow.
Yeah.
Guy right here in town bought it. Construction guy.
All right.
Wow.
It was all over. I seen it on my Facebook page. It was that copper color.
If that guy built my house and goes and buys that car, I'm going to say he charged me too much.
Yeah, he's just like a successful car.
And Hennessy is building
Repair
all those
guy.
huge monster
They are.
Rams and the Challenges and everything else.
And people are buying them up.
buying them up left and right.
They got an Escalade too now.
Yeah.
1,125 horse, all-wheel drive.
All-wheel
Escalade.
drive. Yeah.
And then I think one's a Tahoe too. They got now too.
Yeah.
I seen them on there posted too.
I just don't. Yeah, because the electric trucks just aren't doing it. I mean,
They're junk, man.
They're
And
if you
down
go
the road.
four wheel in an electric truck and the miles is only 60 miles, it's
Yeah.
They said they're
And-
going to produce I think it's 200 or 250 of the new Cyclones.
Okay.
right. I saw that.
They're badass.
Yeah.
Yeah, the new
I
Cyclones.
because we're building this 1990 SS 454 pickup truck for a customer, Glenn Harris. I looked at a video where they had a comparison done between the factory SS 454 Chevy pickup truck, which came in at 100.
I was going to say, would say 125, 175.
No,
I think.
190. This came in
Was
at
it 190?
189 horsepower and peaked at 230 foot-pounds of torque, and they put it up against that year's Ford Lightning, and the Lightning won. It had like 25 horsepower more, and not as much torque, I don't think, but they had 25 horsepower more.
Yeah, they go it on. I forgot the name of the motor that's in the truck that I got. It's an oddball motor, and they only put it in certain years, and that one I got has got it. It's like a E something. It's a weird name, but it's 245 horse, and I think it's 455 or 475 torque. And it says it right on the valve covers, 454 SS, and then it says buy something, and I can't remember the name.
Really?
Of it.
Right.
Yeah, because when I had the truck listed, I had a couple people ask me about that.
Well, his bottom end turned out it had been done once before, so it's really tight and good. So we're putting Speedmaster aluminum heads on it with a nice comp cam and keep it throttle body, which he wants to get rid of those smaller injectors and go something bigger, which is good. So we'll have a little bit of fun with that one. I did see also Gooding Company hammered a price for $18 million on a 62 Ferrari the other day, and they brought in at their latest auction out at Amelia Island. You've been out there, Todd, right? Yep.
Well, not this last one.
No, but 3 or 4 years ago.
Yeah.
3 years ago. But they brought in over $72 million in sales.
Wow.
Now, Amelia, they're not pounding in thousands of cars.
Well, they don't need to.
72 million for there is really not much.
It's not that
really
much.
Think about it, because
Yeah, but when they're only selling 6 cars.
Right. Well, but the bank, look at the bank that was representing them was
SVT.
It was SB. That's a cheap shot. I'm
Be backed up by Bank of America.
kidding. Right. So, the world's changing a little bit.
It's going to change a lot.
We try to keep this automotive and think about things with cars, but our lives are changing because of this. The global structure, it really is kind of getting out there a little bit. We had a drone ship shot down yesterday, or knocked out of the sky by a Russian MiG, and accidental or not, comes right after the China balloons are flying freely over our country.
But our president took care of that. Don't you do that again.
He crossed this line.
But if you looked at the videotape, the ruler wasn't even with the metal edge down. It was just the slap side.
Right.
And it was plastic, I think. So it really isn't fair to watch that go on and stuff. We do have elections coming up in a year and a half, and we're going to start getting into all that.
We ain't going to make that.
But something's going to have to make change.
We ain't going to make 24, bro.
They're going to take him out, and then what's-her-face is going to become president for 6 months so she can make
I don't think anybody's going to. I don't know what's going to happen.
I don't think so.
Well, we'll have to see in the world. So I do have – what kind of time we have left, Bryce?
Hey,
Four
we
and a
got
half
plenty of time.
I've got a tech talk question that we're going to read off here. It came with a little chart here.
A little diagram on some canister stuff. Hey, fellas, I'm Rick Mainley, and I hope it says his name right, Rick Mainley, and I live in Greensboro, Tennessee. My car question is something that seems to be getting worse as time has gone on. See, like a lot of other people, I don't drive my car as much as I should. I'm always worried about some irresponsible driver crashing into me. I'll stop right there as we look right here at the 57 Chevy. Right. There you go.
That T-boned stupid car driving.
Exactly, huh?
Why? What happened?
No, he benefits from it. I used to.
Yes.
Right.
No, right. That's a new.
Yeah.
He loves these irresponsible drivers.
Hell yeah.
On a Saturday afternoon, screwing up other people's worlds. He says, I
bought motorcycles.
He says, I have a 1971 Chevy. Why do you buy motorcycles?
That's how I could buy motorcycles.
Oh,
and
because of the collision.
Buy toys.
Yes.
Right.
Buy
Sheep.
this.
All right, don't interrupt him. Now.
Yeah.
I'm
He's
sorry.
on a roll.
I didn't mean
here.
to break your
He
car.
says, I drive a 71 Chevy Chevelle with a 350 engine, 350 turbo transmission, mostly stock, but I think it's time to do some upgrades to it. How much work is needed to install? This is a two-part question. How much work is needed to install a 700 R4 transmission?
Cross member, converter, shifter, drive shaft.
Plug in for you got to shorten you got a shorter drive shaft.
Well, you got drive shaft. 704 is longer than the turbo.
So they don't have a reduced cone or something that you can go to change that up. So you've got to
Then you got to do
blinds
like a
are different
lockout
too and
switch,
everything.
right, or something?
Yeah.
Say it again.
A lockout switch for
lockup for the
lockup
overdrive.
Yeah.
Yep.
You could do it without the lockup switch, but you have to do the internals right and use a different converter, otherwise you'll burn them up.
And then odometer gears, speedometer gears. You're going to have some little stuff with that too. So how much work is there? It's not a ton of work. A guy can do it at home.
Yeah, they sell kits for it too.
Okay.
That's the best way to go because like drive shaft. Then they're going to ask you what size tire, what size gear, so they get your speed odometer right and all that stuff. They sell that stuff.
Okay. Who sells that?
Pretty much the Summit,
You've got
Jakes, they all sell it.
B&M, somebody like that.
You can go buy a local
Any-
tranny shop.
Yeah, anybody will sell it.
If you got friends in the tranny business, you can go pick
I think it was powertrain I just looked at because I was doing one for Grandall's truck because his truck's got the electric style
That's right.
speed sensor because that came out on a Corvette, and he's got the mechanical sensor.
All right. So the second part of his question is, he says, my gas isn't going in very fast. The pump keeps shutting off on the handle while I'm trying to fill up my car. Does this gear of a car have any kind of emission system on it? Thanks for the help. So
putting fuel in it.
Yeah, putting fuel in. He says his handle's clicking back on him.
No, he's
On the
got it.
Chevelle, it's metal too. Don't even have a rubber filler in it.
Yeah.
No.
Well, so there's an emissions canister. I think
but
my
an emissions
74
canister-
Monte Carlo was the first year I remember emissions canister and stuff. But if your charcoal canister's full, can that be the cause backing up? No.
Not on the old cars. The newer cars with tanks vented, but that one's vented a different way.
So what do you have, a collapsed hose?
It's a metal.
There's no.
Oh,
The
metal
Chevelle's
hose.
a metal
That's
filler
right.
neck right between
Yeah.
the.
That's right.
He's got
taillights.
something going on.
Yeah.
Because if it's that year of Chevelle, it's just a solid
So he's got to drop the tank.
neck.
He needs to drop the tank.
I would say so.
And that car, I don't think the factory tanks have a rollover valve way back then. They didn't
No.
have
They
rollover
didn't
valves
have
like
that.
No
the
way.
80s.
They didn't have any kind of like a
No.
gating system in it.
Yeah.
It was just a big open
Or-
tank.
You know what I've seen a lot of times?
All right.
Try a different gas station. Some of if he's using the same gas station all the time, the sensitivity on the pumps. And on those, you got to put the gas tank down in there. So if he's
Yeah.
pointing the nozzle down,
You're hitting it, splashing up.
and it'll shut the pump right off. Some gas stations are super, super sensitive.
That happens in my Nova. My tank is it's a little bit lower, and it does exactly that. If you just hold the nozzle wrong, it won't fill.
If it's a newer gas station, try a different
All right.
one.
Well, hey, we appreciate the question. We thank you for that. This is the American Car Classics Radio Program. We got one more segment. We're going to talk to Mike a lot about the weekend weather and some car shows. We'll be right back. I was way off today. You guys don't say a word. It wouldn't matter if you did because you can't be heard.
Right.
Bryce, turn your volume back up.
Welcome,
guys.
I don't know what's going on. I guess he's pissed off. Over
He's
there.
power tripping. He's got the board. He's like God. He's like Joe Biden. Watch this. I'll shut you off.
He's got too much
no,
vaping
no.
going on.
Do not compare me
Well, isn't he from California?
to the resident.
He did do time out in California, and then he's up there in the Washington area.
Oh, there you go.
So
He's the West Coast guy.
He's a
All right.
Not
see where-
anymore.
We see where he's coming from.
I did get a good song about Joe Biden today from Terry.
Oh, did you?
Yeah. Joe Biden should be in jail.
Yeah.
It's pretty good.
Yeah.
Wife and husband singing it. Pretty good.
Nice.
I got to hear that one.
Well, next week, Steve, we're going to come in early, and I don't know if Todd knows this yet, but we're going to take over the house of Byron at 4:30 next week.
4:30.
4:30.
And
I work till 5.
We're going to bring in
5. Since when?
We're going to bring in Jake Fairchild of Jasper
I'm here.
Engines and
I work
Transmission.
Right
And
in.
we're going to bring in Jake's boss, Darren Dameron, and we're going to do a special show and talk a lot about them. And Steve's been good enough to say that he's going to ditch out of work a little bit early that day and help me
Hopefully he won't
help
forget.
me do this show. And then we'll join our normal broadcast time at 6 o'clock when
Oh, the pink
the House of Byron is closed down. So, Mike, you want to get into a little bit of car shows and talk about what we got going on? Or
Yeah, I mean, the weather's going to be a little chilly, but then they're saying 50% chance of rain Saturday and Sunday. So,
Yeah.
hopefully the rain will hold out, and most of the rain, at least the weather reports that I get is mostly West Palm Beach.
Okay.
So hopefully everything will stay south. And
Did you get rain today in Sebastian?
no,
I got rain today.
I didn't get any
rain.
rain.
Yeah, we
Got
got
rain?
rain.
Rained all morning.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't get any rain. It was cloudy
We got rain.
because I had some tree guys at my house cutting some trees.
Well, I'm doing a big road tech paint job on our big road tech, oversized conversion van. It's the second road tech we've had in a month and a half doing paint work on it, and it doesn't fit inside until I go into paint it. So we're doing the body work outside. So you pulling windows out, door handles, everything else. It's quick, throw a tarp over it, and
Right.
get it back. But
In fact, when I was writing them a check today to Treasure Coast Landscaping, Tree and Landscaping, I almost wrote it out to Treasure Coast Automotive. I said, "Oh, here we go."
Get
I'll
used
just,
to
like
that.
a good habit
right
Get
there.
used to that.
I'll just send Steve the check. You
Love
know?
that. Love that.
So, this Saturday you got the 44th annual Indian River Region of the AACA is having their antique auto show at Riverside Park. Are you guys judges? Are you guys judging that?
Steve and Todd
Quite
are both
possibility.
judges.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
What?
Todd, you're not?
We accept donations.
Not bribes.
I'm not
No
gonna
political format there.
I'm not going to be a judge.
No? You're not gonna you bringing your truck?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Good.
You hose me again?
I was just going to say,
I'll be there with you. Or make me the master judge. Or
There
whatever.
you go. He's going to be the master
I'm not going to
judge.
go out there and walk around, look at people's cars and
Right.
judge them.
Right.
You're going to be the
Because
tiebreaker.
I guess he must have heard me complaining,
Uh-huh.
and he called me.
Okay.
And
Bill
asked
Bill
me.
did? Bill Mall?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He goes, hey, so what's up? Well, the problem is,
They always give
It's
you
a real
guys,
problem.
I know a
They
lot of
give you
people-
guys the hardest class.
Well, I don't really
he
care
built
about
half the
all
cars
that. But
out
I don't
there.
care
Right.
too much about that. As I just know a lot of people. I've worked on
Right.
a lot of cars, and I just don't feel comfortable a lot of times. I get that like, hey, man, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
yeah.
And I don't want nobody to think that I'm siding.
If he knocks
Right.
points off of a car that he painted, then he's hurting himself.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm not.
No,
I'm not like that.
No, I've heard it when I was, we're walking around. People are like, hey, don't remember you painted this car, so
Right.
Yeah, and I just
Right.
And it's
They could be joking, but to me, it means something.
It
you know what
does.
I mean? So
Yeah,
I
it
don't
does.
really want to do that.
It does.
So that's Saturday, March 18th. The show starts at 10, goes until 4. Hopefully.
chef.
What's good about that is if it rains, they kind of close it up early.
Yeah, but here again, under the Oaks, unlike that other show that's going on in Brevard, there is no protection from the skies. Here in the Oaks, you've got a lot of protection. The rain
Yeah.
doesn't come down as hard, and the sun doesn't beat down if it's super hot.
Yeah,
Right.
and chances are the lightning's going to strike the trees.
Yeah. So that show is Saturday, right over here at Riverside Park. I think there's 17 classes, 18
Yeah, there's
classes.
a lot of classes.
They're going to have resto mods, special
I'm going to be
interest.
there with you. Don't worry.
1,900. The show's, that's going to be a lot of cars.
Oh, yeah.
And then they also, the same date, they're having the AACA Cape Canaveral's having their show at the Muscle Car Museum up in Melbourne.
Yeah.
That's over on Sarno Road. So I know a lot of guys in the north are going up there, and a couple of guys, there's some guys from Sebastian Muscle Cars going up there because they haven't seen the museum. They want to check it out.
That's what I've heard more and more this year. It's like, well, less cars I got to judge.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
yeah. Well, that's easy one for you. No, the guy.
And I know a lot of the guys that are in my club that are coming to Riverside Park. We're not getting judged. We're all going to be parked in one area.
Right.
So we're going to be in, I think, 17, class 17, which is not judged.
And this is how I met Terry.
There you go.
just hanging out.
So
His car was in the class that I was judging, but his car wasn't in that class because it was a 57.
right.
Right.
He's like, well, I just came down to hang out with
out.
my friends. And I was like, dude, it's a nice car. It should be judged. I mean, the whole thing that car's done. And so
Yeah.
that's how I met Terry.
I hate that he hates his car being so low.
Yeah, I saw him the other day, but he's also going up to Melbourne.
Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yeah, the guy that we built the C10 for, he's going up. He's taken it to 6 shows so far. He's won 5 trophies.
Yeah, he was over in Dunkin' Donuts
Was he?
last weekend.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then on Sunday in Sebastian, they're having the River Days and Craft Brew Hullabaloo, which was formerly the Shrimp Fest. And our buddy Mike Natale's putting on that show, and that's just on Sunday from 10 to 2. So if you're going to go to the Shrimp Fest and walk around, I think if you get a wristband, I think you get to drink, I forget, 20 beers, I think.
Oh,
think
wow.
They give you.
And then drive your classic car home.
Well, I don't think the classic car guys are going to be in the hullabaloo that they got going on.
Right. So that's MN Worldwide is where you can reach out to Mike Natale at MN Worldwide.
MNWW Print, at gmail.com.
Okay.
Or if you could call them at 772-664-0525, and that'll be Sunday at Riverview Park in Sebastian from 10 to 2.
Right.
Which is always, it's a good turnout.
All right. And then I invited our friend Steve Abbott from Cool Cars to come on the show the next week or so. And he's doing the Barbecue Fest in Grant. That's going to be on April 15th. Mike,
April 15th.
before we started recording, you and I talked for a couple minutes. A lot of shows going on that weekend.
That same day, you got the Cool Cars Barbecue Fest, then you got the
Which has become a big show. That's a big show.
right. The Freedom Church down here in Vero Beach is having their show. That's also April 15th.
Yeah. We have sponsored that show. The American Car Classics Road Program has sponsored that show, and
Right.
it's supposed to be a big show as well.
Right. And then Wheels and Keels is having their, Vero Beach is having their 12th annual Antique and Exotic Car Show at the Moorings. And that's also on April 15th. So there's a lot of shows going on. Then the usual cruise nights, Saturday nights over here in Vero Beach at McDonald's.
Yeah.
A lot of guys go down there.
Yeah.
Tuesday night at the Sandwich Shack in Sebastian. And I think they changed McDonald's now to strictly Burger King
Okay.
on 510 and 512, and that's on Thursdays. I think they're doing.
Burger King on 510.
Yeah, 510 and 512.
Oh, it's at the intersection,
At the
right?
intersection there.
Yeah, where the Shark Mart is.
Right, yeah,
Yeah.
with Shark Mart and
Yeah.
Advanced Auto, or one of the many auto parts stores that we have in Sebastian,
Right.
along
Right.
with pizza parlors. We can't get enough.
No.
And
it
now they're going
seems to be the.
now they're trying to build like 3 more car washes because we don't have enough car washes in Sebastian.
Yeah.
Oh, they're doing the same thing here in Vera.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Dirty Dog Car Wash is building everywhere.
Oh, man.
Yeah, they
Car
get the
wash.
one out on 60.
Yep.
I said a long time ago with some investors, and hopefully 2 of them are listening, you bunch of jackasses, about building storage units.
Yeah, you
They-
sure did.
They said there's no money in that.
Yeah.
And I told them where I wanted to put them, and then guess what? One went right there in 512.
Right.
It's a waiting list.
Waiting.
The one I wanted to do.
The one on 510.
Yeah.
That's nothing but overhangs. There ain't no enclosed. That's just overhangs for motorhomes.
That's what I want to do. And then like a wash down station for the boat.
Right.
Everybody
Yeah.
laughed at me. Guess what? Who's laughing now?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Jackass.
Well, we
So-
talked about out there where the old Orange Grove was, and thinking about there's 4 acres out there to do something with. But
And then you got the following weekend is the Spring Fest Turkey Rod Run
Yeah.
up in Daytona is next
Yeah.
weekend.
now it's not nearly as big as the
Not
fall.
nearly as big, but I like going to that one because a lot of the AMC clubs go up there, and that's their own thing up there.
Okay.
So there'll be a lot of javelins and AMXs and paces and all that stuff.
And a lot of times you'll see a better deal
yeah,
on
better
cars
deal.
and stuff than
Yep.
you would during the
Fall.
turkey rod run.
Then they'll be selling the raffles for the Al's Barbecue that they have at the Muscle Car Museum. Also, they'll have that raffle. I think they're raffling off a Duster this year.
Yeah,
I'm
I saw
not
that.
Sure,
Yeah.
what they're raffling off this year. So that's going to be pretty good. So there's just a lot of stuff going on. First Tuesday, Vero Vintage of Volkswagen has their cruise night at the Walking Tree Brewery here in Vero Beach.
Now those guys are the ones that came out and were at the Route 60 Hyundai show.
Yes,
And had those cool bugs.
really nice looking
Yeah.
Volkswagens.
Yeah.
They do a lot at
That's-
the Walking Tree Brewery.
Yeah.
That place gets
Yeah.
But they do.
Packed,
yeah, they
yeah.
sure do.
Then the Indian River AACA, the second Saturday, are they still doing Cracker Barrel?
They are
And then CJ Cannon's now, I guess, on the fourth Saturday.
on the 4th.
They're
Yeah.
not doing Panera Bread anymore. So there's just a lot of stuff going on. So, see what hopefully everybody come out and check it out. Hopefully the weather will hold off.
Yeah. Well, I think it'll be a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's always nice to see Todd and Steve walking around trying to judge.
Right.
It's always fun.
Well, I'm gonna try and drop a joke real quick. All right. So I want to try and do this joke. I'm not a stand-up comedian by any means, although people laugh at me a lot. There's a penguin driving down the road, and his car began to smoke. So he pulled off into a mechanic shop, and the mechanic was pretty busy. So he said, "I'll look at it, but you got to give me a little bit of time." So the penguin went across the street when he saw a Dairy Queen, went over to get something to eat. He came back over. He asked the mechanic, "Hey, did you have a chance to look at my car?" He says, "Yeah, I think I know what it is." He says, "Well, what did you find in my car?" He says, "Looks like you blew a seal." He says, "No, man, I just had some ice cream."
Is that like a dad joke? Is it your typical, who told you that?
I heard that
Where's
from
all
a
the sound
customer.
effects?
I heard that from yeah. There's nothing. He's got. He's looking at the board.
You give me crickets.
Yeah,
or like,
nothing.
nothing.
Not even
Nothing.
nothing. He's got all those sound effects and nothing. He's got no sound
Oh,
effects,
man.
no nothing.
I'm just gonna sit here with my head down for the next 30
He
seconds.
could have given the crickets or something.
Anyway,
That was
we sure
almost
do.
like a Keith McDonald joke.
Yeah. Oh. Woo, that was a bird.
Thanks for joining us. Okay, please tune in, tell a friend, like us, jot something down. 772-584-1048. That's our hotline. Give us a shout out. And you know what? We'll see you next week. We
Put the
appreciate
pedal
that.
to the metal.
See you.
What'd you